NBA was gifted with new super teams this year, with the forming of the Golden State Warriors, obviously adding Kevin Durant. And then if you look in the East, you've got the New York Knicks and the Chicago Bulls, who, to many, especially in my eyes, aren't super teams, but are being hyped as super teams. So with this new addition of, various super teams in the league, what are your thoughts on, on the addition? Are they good for the league? Are they bad for the league? Do they kill smaller markets? What are your thoughts on super teams entering the league?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say they were good or bad. I mean, they do make it very hard for the smaller teams, like you say. Like, I mean, your Phillies, your Lake. Well, they're not smaller teams, but weaker teams. Weaker teams, yeah. Your Philly, your Lakers, your Nets, and it does make it harder for them to improve and perform. I mean, when you have teams out there like Golden State, they go like 72-10, or like
73-9.
That's what I said. It does make it very hard for teams to actually compete against them. I mean, when only 9 teams beat this one team, it makes it hard for other teams to.
And then you go ahead and add an MVP.
Yeah, and then you go ahead and there's another super. Now you got another super team that just came fresh off an NBA championship. You got the Cavs, and then you got these other supposed super teams. The Bulls and the Knicks, which probably aren't super teams, but I mean, they're on their way there. But
Derrick Rose eyes they are.
Yeah.
And in any New York Knicks fans' eyes, they probably are too.
Yeah.
Just looking for something to smile about.
Yeah, well, you got 4 teams in the league that are going to be very hard opponents, and they make it really tough for all the other teams to actually have a good run and have a good season, really.
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a huge challenge for teams like Philly, like you said, to just, what do? You see these guys coming up in your schedule, and, do you prepare harder, or do you just sort of go, well it's a lost cause. Yeah, it's a lost cause. Do we just not play the starters, just save them for a game we can actually win, you know? Does it affect the league in that way? And I think it might. Yeah. Maybe not against Chicago or the Knicks, but against the Warriors, if you're a team like Philly who's got very limited talent, why would you play the talent that you've got when you're just going to get destroyed?
No. Yeah, that's very true. There's not much motivation for teams when it comes to those games. I mean, you've already versed them twice. You've already lost against them twice. You get destroyed, and you're like, may as well save them. I mean, you don't want to play your best players when you're pretty sure it's going to be a loss. I mean, but there's nothing they really do about it. I mean, they want to make a super team. They can make a super team. I mean, if they don't go over the cap, I mean, for the Cavs, it's a little bit unfair. I mean, if Philly wanted to make a super team and they wanted to go over the cap, fine. They probably could. If they wanted to spend $30 million over what they're allowed to.
No one wants to go to Philly. Philly's a crap hole.
Well, JaVale McGee went there, so...
Yeah, we didn't last long. Get traded. No, look, there's been a lot of people that have come out and said that super teams are ruining the NBA, as in killing, the regular season. As in, and I mean, it's a fair point. I suppose Mitchell sort of touched on it with, I mean, we basically have a guaranteed finals. As in, it's pretty much we know the Cavs are going to come out of the East. We have. I think it's fantastic. I think Kevin Durant leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder, joining the Warriors, is the best thing that could happen in the NBA. The reason being, we now have a villain. Anywhere the Warriors go, there is a villain. There is a villain in the NBA. You look at all this brouhaha. I don't know if you remember the Cavs versus the Heat last year. You saw Dwayne Wade and LeBron James hugging at halftime and stuff. It makes fans wonder whether there is competition. Now, everyone hates the Warriors. They do. Everyone hates them. And they're fans. And they should. It's fantastic. This is the best thing that could have happened for the league. Now, any person that turns on the TV hates the Warriors. You look at all movies.
Unless they're bandwagons.
Oh, no, sure.
Everyone,
but the vast majority.
You're not a bandwagon.
No, the vast majority. So, you turn on any movie. Even Disney films. Every single movie has a bad guy. Every single movie. Even kids films designed for 8-year-olds have bad guys in them. You know what I mean? They all have villains. You look at Toy Story, it's that Sid kid, they got...
Dora the Explorer has a swiper.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are villains that people hate in every single, it's all throughout.
It's true, yeah.
And this is exactly what the NBA needs.
There's always someone that no one likes.
Especially with, and this will make people watch the Warriors. People will watch the Warriors, to see them lose. You look at, this is a wrestling analogy, but, you've got your baby faces and you got your heels. The heels are the people everyone, loves to hate and boos for. The baby faces are the team everyone hopes wins. The NBA's been lacking a heel ever since LeBron James joined the Miami Heat, and everyone hated the Miami Heat. Now, everyone went after LeBron James in Miami. Now he's seen as a hero. He's seen as a hero. He's beloved. Everyone loves him. You know, he brings the title back to Cleveland.
Yeah, all the
no,
Cavs fans hated him until he went back there. Then they were his fans again.
No, but
Yeah.
you know, he goes back to Cleveland and blah, you know, goes home. You know, everyone loves him. Then he wins the championship. Oh yeah, and throw a whole parade for him. They all love him. You know, it's terrible.
24
If
months.
Kevin Durant
Yeah.
tried to go back to OKC, I think it'd be a bit of a different story.
No, but it's like everyone's you know, obviously dogging Kevin Durant. Dogging is not the right word, but everyone's paying him out. You know, saying he's made the weakest move in NBA history. Blah,
he's
blah.
made the good move
Whatever.
for his career.
Mate, he's made the best move. If you had an opportunity to sign with the 73-9 team,
Yeah.
who would not take it?
If you wanted to win an NBA championship, and the team you just said, the Golden State, 73-9, like broke a record, they were like, yeah, you come join our team, we'll offer you all this money. I mean, you'd be an idiot not to take it. You have a very good chance of winning a championship, and I mean, you get to play with some of the best players in the world. So I mean,
But yeah, and from a league standpoint, like this is like the NBA could not have predicted a better, you know, a better thing to happen. You know, especially with especially when we live in an era where, you know, compared to the 80s and the 90s, you know, everyone sees the NBA as soft, essentially.
yeah.
You know, with the hand-checking rule, people flopping, you know, flagrant fouls for simply blocking. Like, you know, like there are a lot of times where, like, two people go out, a guy comes down hard, it's a flagrant foul.
Oh,
Like, you know, you'd be lucky to call that a foul in the 80s and the 90s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, especially with the time where the league's seen as soft, that's what you need. Like, you need a villain.
Yeah.
And, honestly, calling it now, I would be surprised if the NBA's, you know, TV ratings weren't, like, this year will be the highest. Simply because everyone will want to watch the Golden State Warriors lose. And they will lose. I seriously won't be surprised if they get off to a terrible start. You're adding in a whole new dimensional player. You know, you're adding Kevin
They
Durant.
have to perform, yeah.
Hmm.
There's the pressure.
Who's playmaking? Honestly, who is their play? I know you got Draymond, but Curry's a shooter, Clay's a shooter, Draymond's like you have three. Even Draymond, two playmake needs the
JaVale.
ball. Like JaVale, my mistake. Yeah.
yeah.
No, but you've got four superstars who all need the ball in hand. There is only
Yeah.
one ball on the basketball court. There is one ball, and you got four players. You know, it's going to take a while for them to work it out. I'm sure they will, because you know, like with Team USA, when you have that much talent on one court, you know, you're going to have a good side. But you know, there'll definitely be a feeling out, especially with the Heat. You know, the first year they went to Miami, they obviously lost to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
In the finals, so you know it will take a while. They'll lose, and fans will love it.
Yeah, but it's interesting, like you said, Ryan, because KD himself actually thinks he's the best player in the world, and Steph Curry knows he's the best shooter in the world. So how do you divide the ball between those two?
Now, it wouldn't surprise me if Klay Thompson thought he was the best shooter
Yeah,
in the world.
Klay Thompson and Steph Curry both believe they're like the best shooters in the world. KD believes he's the best player in the world. How do you share the ball amongst a player who thinks he's the best and two people who think they're the best at what they do?
Yeah, that's
Like, how do you
those,
do it?
those are the biggest doubts people have about Golden State is how they're going to share the ball around, who's going to do the scoring. I mean, it's very unlikely Curry or Durant are going to win another MVP simply because
Oh yeah.
they're all going to be trying to score. Their points, like, you won't have Curry going out and scoring like 40 points every game, carrying the team like James Harden does in Houston or Westbrook in OKC.
Oh, Curry's assists should go through the roof just with the addition of Durant.
Oh
and
yeah,
addition
Oh,
of-
yeah.
Westbrook had so many assists from just passing it to Durant. He just shoot straight up people's faces and get all these shots. So I mean, yeah, no, none of them are gonna. I guarantee no one in Golden State will win an MVP. I mean, they might.
JaVale.
They might.
No, unless
Sorry,
if they get injured, if injuries strike, if Durant falls, you know what I mean.
True, I'm just saying at this
Oh
stage,
no! Oh, with a full roster. Yeah.
I don't think anyone will win MVP.
No.
But even if they break a record and go like 82, some crazy amount. I'm not saying they will, but none of them
Just
will win MVP.
between the share. No. See, something I found really interesting is especially when the big three in Chicago form. You know, you got Dwayne Wade, Rajon Rondo, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
There's all this talk about whose team it is. You know, obviously who's the leader of the team and the hierarchy. There really hasn't been much discussion of the Warriors hierarchy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the past it's been Curry, Clay, and then Draymond.
And it was always assumed that it was
Oh.
Curry. I mean,
You throw in Durant now, who is seen to be a selfish player. Like, let's just call it what it is. In OKC, he was seen as a selfish player. Apparently,
Yeah.
there's been problems between Westbrook. I mean, they're not even talking anymore. Apparently,
Yeah.
According to Westbrook, so there's obviously some obviously some problems that arose there. You know, what is does the hierarchy change? And all these people saying, oh, the Warriors take the best shot available, or whoever's open takes the shot. Will this change with Durant? Because I mean, Durant's going to want his shots. And Draymond's definitely going to want the ball. Clay needs
Clay's gonna want
without
shots, yeah.
without the ball in Clay's hands for shooting, he's not. He can't. He's not you. Yeah, like you can't use him otherwise. And Curry, no doubt, you know, he's the MVP. Of course, he wants to prove that he's still good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, now, do you guys feel like, you know, the hierarchy's been on talk? Do you think, you know, will the hierarchy change?
I think it comes down to Steve Kerr, to be honest. This is a real good... Like, people said the finals was Tyrone Lue's chance to show if he's a good coach or not, and he showed he was a pretty good coach. This is Steve Kerr's chance to show if he's actually a really, really good coach or not. If he can sort out all this mumbo-jumbo with the hierarchy and, you know, who's going to take the shots, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, then that'll show that he actually is one of the best coaches, not only in the NBA, but in the world, you know, like on the world stage.
Yeah.
And it comes down to him, to be honest. I think.
He does play a big role in it. I mean, I don't know how they're going to sort it out. I mean, they have a lot of very good players on the same team, but I mean, Team USA sorted it out, and they've got a few gold medals under their belt. But yeah, just a few. But
Just a couple.
yeah, no, they've sorted it out, and they've managed to share the scoring around in their team. That's sort of what Golden State are going to have to do. They're going to take a few cues from Team USA's book. I mean, everyone on their court is essentially an all-star in Team USA, and that's basically what's like in Golden State right now. Not including
stars, at
up,
least.
sure,
Like
yeah.
stars, yeah, the main four here.
Yeah, I'm talking about the start, not including
Yeah.
the centers. So they're gonna have to share it around. I'm not entirely sure how good they're gonna be at that at this stage. But
Oh, their philosophy's going to have to change.
yeah,
Like, from strength in numbers, it's like, you know, their whole philosophy is, you know, everyone gets the ball, move the ball around, you know, giving it to the guy that's open. With your bench, like, they don't have, like, a strong depth-wise
Yeah.
team, you know what I mean? You lose Festus Ezeli, you lose David West,
Barbosa.
you lose Barbosa, you lose Bogut, you lose Harrison Barnes, you know. As bad as he played in the finals, throughout the regular season, he was extremely important to him,
Spates
you
as
know.
well.
Spates, well,
he was
He
very
was
good off the
fantastic,
bench.
yeah,
I
really
thought he
underrated.
could have won Sixth Man of the Year last year.
really underrated, no, definitely.
And he's gonna help LA Clippers out a lot this year. He's been playing
Oh, he may be able, yeah, feeling that. I don't know.
I think he could.
I don't know if he changes the team completely. I think
Oh,
he
yeah,
adds
I
a certain
think he
couple of
can-
wins. Yeah, he won't get him over.
He's
the
a
line.
good role player off the bench.
Oh,
and I
no.
think if Jamal Crawford wasn't always winning six man of the year, I think Maurice Spates definitely could have had a crack.
Oh,
at
he had a
last
great
year.
year. Yeah,
And I
really
think
good year.
look at the Clippers bench. They have no one on the bench. I think.
Austin Rivers.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, and Wesley Johnson, and Cole Aldridge. I'm forgetting all the best players, but I think Space definitely has a chance.
No,
I mean,
definitely.
A little bit off topic, but
No, so thoughts on super teams. Judah.
they're all right. I don't think they're ruining the league, but I don't think they're.
Does it ruin the NBA season? As in, there's no competitiveness. Like, as in,
Well,
we all
there's
know who's going to go to the finals.
You know he's going to go to the finals, but there's competitive in all the games. Watching it, like you said, there's a villain and all that. Everyone's going to be rooting against him every time. Like, it's a big game coming up. Like, he want to take the Warriors down or whatever. A lot of people will be rooting for the underdogs.
Oh, OKC versus Warriors is going to be
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, no.
No, seriously, it's going to be
game of the
in
season.
OKC.
KD will probably choke so bad in that,
Yeah.
I reckon. He'll just
Oh,
crack under the pressure.
Westbrook
so
will
much.
score 80. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like,
Yeah.
he is going to go insane.
He'll
And-
probably break Wilt Chamberlain's record.
Oh,
of
yeah.
100
So, Mitch, what are
points.
your thoughts on super teams?
I'd say they're fine. I mean, it'll create a spark for teams to rise to. For the teams that are sort of, you know, like the Bulls and the Knicks, who are sort of these super teams that aren't super teams. You know, the Spurs, the
Oh, the
Thunder.
contenders, yeah.
Yeah, like the contenders, not the
Philly.
super teams. Philly.
Yeah.
But then the low level teams.
Don't
that
forget
might-
Brooklyn. Don't sleep on that.
Oh yeah.
It's really good though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Brooklyn's squad.
Yeah, but the low level teams it might hurt, but for the league as a whole, it should
Yeah.
be fine. I don't think